Hey everyone, I hope all of you are doing well. In a previous class, we have seen the obligation of the banker to honor customers' check. Okay, so today we will deal with the second point or second obligation, that is obligation or duty to maintain secrecy of customer account. Okay, so it is an implied duty of the banker to maintain secrecy of customers account. That is, the banker should not reveal the information of customers account to any outsider or the third party. Okay, it might be anybody. The banker should not disclose what are the transactions or what is the balance. So no, any information should not be revealed by the banker to outsider, because the relationship between the banker and the customer is private in nature. Okay, because if the banker reveals the accounting information, it may affect customers reputation or goodwill or credit worthiness of the business or any firm. Okay, that's why he should not reveal anything. Okay, he should not say any accounting related information to any outsider or any third party. Okay, but here what happens, this duty is not absolute but it is conditional. Okay, so why it is conditional? It means that it can be violated, or under certain situations the banker can disclose customers information and he will not be held liable for that. Okay, so let's see which are the circumstances or which are those conditions under which the banker can reveal the customer's accounting information. Okay, so the first point is where there is an expressed consent of the customer. That is, customer may authorize his banker in writing to give some or all details of his account to his lawyer, manager, etc. Okay, now the customer himself might write a letter. Okay, so the customer cannot tell in phone call, and also he has to write a letter to the banker saying that if my lawyer asks the information or if my manager asks the information related to my account, at that time you can give. Okay, so in that situation the banker can give the account details of the customer to the third party. Then when there is an implied consent of the customer. Okay, implied means what? It is implied that the customer has authorized the banker for furnishing necessary information. Okay, say for example the customer has given the banker's name as reference to the third party. Okay, or maybe the customer has to take loan and all. At that time it is implied that the customer has given the right to the banker to furnish his details to the third party. Okay, so that is what implied consent. So it is understood by the banker that he is acting as a referee. That's why he has to give customers accounting information to the third party. Okay, then next one, disclosure in public interest. Okay, so now when the customer is dealing against the interest of the country, okay, in times of war with other country, it is the duty of the banker to disclose the customer's account information. Okay, so there is a customer in your bank. So when I'm speaking about customer, it might be a individual, it might be a partnership firm, it might be joint stock company, it might be any organization. Okay, suppose there is a war going on between two countries, or if you are finding that your customer is working against the nation, at that time the banker can disclose that customer's information to everyone. Okay, why he can disclose? For the welfare of the country. Okay, the next one, disclosure is made under compulsion of law. So there are certain acts under which it is compulsory for the banker to disclose the accounting information of the customer. Okay, so the first one is Banker Evidence Act 1891. So here a banker is forced to produce information relating to customer's account in court where court order is there. Okay, suppose if the court has given an order on some person's account, okay, that you have to furnish the details of that particular customer, at that time the banker has to furnish the information. Okay, the next one is under Income Tax Act 1961. So here the income tax officers are empowered to call for any information about the customer's account for the purpose of assessment. Okay, so the IT tax authorities, they have the right to have access to any customer's account for the purpose of assessment. Okay, then under the Companies Act 1956. Okay, so here the central government appoints the inspector to investigate affairs of a joint stock company. In such cases, the banker has to disclose the customer's account. Okay, so here even your joint stock company, it might be any company, they are also the customer of the bank. Okay, so that's why under your Companies Act 1956, it is mandatory to disclose the customer's account to them. Okay, then next one, under RBI, Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. So every banking company has to furnish credit information to the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, so the every banking company, every banks, they have to show their details to the RBI. Okay, so what is the savings, what are the savings made, what is the loan taken, so what are the deposits made, so every information is to be disclosed to RBI. Okay, in that case the banker won't be held liable for that. Okay, then a disclosure to the police. Okay, so here as per section 3 of your criminal procedure code, the police officers conducting an investigation may also inspect a banker's books. Okay, suppose if there is a case filed on a particular customer, okay, maybe he is a criminal, so may or may not be, he might be a criminal, so while investigating the police might inquire his bank details, so the banker can give the details to the police. Okay, next one comes your Foreign Exchange Regulation Act 1973. Okay, so here the officer of Directorate of Enforcement and Reserve Bank may inspect the books of account who deal in foreign exchange. Okay, so those accounts which are dealing with the foreign exchange, okay, that is with the foreign currencies or maybe some other transactions, at that time under this act the banker can disclose the information to the authorities. Okay, so that is about the disclosure made under compulsion of law. Then comes where bankers own interest. Okay, own interest means what? Banker exchanges the information of customer's account to its lawyer in the case of recovering a loan granted to a customer. Okay, for example, as a bank, or take a bank. Okay, so that bank has given loan to a customer, but the customer has failed to repay the loan. Okay, even after giving notice the customer is not repaying the loan. At that time the bank has to file a suit. Okay, suit means what? A bank has to file a case against that customer. Okay, at that time the bank will give its information, that is give the customer's account information to the lawyer. Okay, so that at that time also the banker won't be held liable, because here it is for the bank's interest. Okay, so that is the thing over here. Then where credit information is required by other banks. Okay, so kindly make a correction, it is not information, it is information, FOR. Okay, kindly make the spelling correction over there, and I'm sorry for that. So here whenever the other banks require account information of the customer, okay, say for any purposes, at that moment the bank can furnish the details of the customer's account. Okay, now there are certain precautions to be taken by the banker while giving the information. Okay, so whenever anybody is asking the information, it might be any authorities or it might be for any purpose, the banker has to take certain precautions. So which are those precautions? So first one, information must be given in general statement, not in figures. Okay, so the banker has to see that whatever information is given, it should be in general statement. Okay, say for example, if somebody is seeking the accounting information of ABC, okay, and ABC's account is having say 53,468 rupees. Okay, now the banker won't say that figure, he will say ABC's account is having nearly about 50,000. Okay, he won't say the exact figure, so general statement, so the figures uh, won't be told by the banker to the third parties. Okay, then information should be given honestly and confidentially. Okay, so it must be honest in nature and it should be given very secretly. Then information should be given by putting word without responsibility. Okay, means what? Banker should use the word without responsibility whenever he is disclosing customers information to the third parties. He has to use the word without responsibility. Okay, so why he has to use that word means, here the banker is telling that he is not going to take any responsibility for furnishing the accounting information of a particular customer. Okay, that's why he has to use the word without responsibility. Then information should not be given on phone. Okay, so it is mandatory to give in writing only. In phone call and all, the banker won't give you any information. And finally, information should be given in closed cover, preferably sealed one. Okay, so he has to write it, he has to give in a cover, preferably sealed, so it must be confidential in nature and it should not be given in phone and all. It should be given very secretly to the third party or any outsider or interested parties. Okay, so these are the points for the second one, that is obligation or duty to, for what? for maintaining secrecy of customers account. Okay, so I hope these things are clear to you people. If you are not understanding, then you can ask me. Okay, so thank you, have a nice day.